Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in Spakovo, Poland. And we are already in the month of April. We got some crops growing already. Excuse me, had to sneeze. So yeah, this is our rye. It looks pretty well good, I think. We're gonna have to fertilize it, but I think we can do that next time. Let's have a look at our oat. I think we put oat in here. Yeah, beautiful oats. Looks pretty much the same. Very nice, very beautiful. Yeah, healthy crops always make me warm and fuzzy inside, which is a good thing. We already fed Mr. Charlie today. So what I want to do now is I want to check if we already have if the grassland is already for harvest. Yeah, no. Excuse my nose. I do seem to be struggling with allergies big time. So yeah, I do recognize that it probably sounds horrible, but there's also nothing really that I could do about it. I am taking some antihistamine pills, so anti-allergies, but yeah, the side effect is that I'm sleepy as nothing else. Alright, this field is ready to harvest now. Let's go and check the moisture. 16.90. Okay, and let's check the weather. So it's gonna be sunny today and it's gonna be beautiful and sunny tomorrow. Alright, so if I wait until... I'm thinking what would be better if I cut it now and leave it to dry. Probably that's the better thing to do. But since we already have a planter on the old Zetor, I am gonna take it out and put corn in the ground. So we take that out of the way and then we can sort out the mowing part. Yeah, so it's still nice and early, and I only got one field to put in the ground, so that should be done in no time. But if you want to be here to see the mowing part, you're gonna have to wait a bit. Oh shit. So yeah, as I have already stated previously, we fertilized all the fields. So I don't have to put fertilizer in the planter itself, but I'll probably take the second half of April. I'm gonna put some liquid fertilizer on young plants, so they have all the nutrients they need to grow up into healthy, beautiful plants. They're gonna give us a lot of crop. Yeah, so my pet peeve, let's say, is that we puncture 2 tires on this very row in this very field, and we get 3. Anybody wouldn't give us 3. Yeah. No tire punctures, please. Can I do this last little thing in one piece? I don't know, but I hope I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix it up a bit. Otherwise, the field looks pretty good. Good rows and everything, so yeah, I do hope it's gonna give us a decent crop to feed our pigs. So the pigs, if you remember, they require around 5,000 liters of corn per year. Which is not devastating, and it's definitely doable. I just don't know if we're gonna get that much of this field. Or we might have to go a different route. So this on the left is also alfalfa, isn't it? Might be worth checking if it's grown already. And if this one is grown, probably ours is too. So we can go and mow it down. Let me finish this field and we'll see. But it looks like it's already in flower, so it feels like it should be ready. This garage is so in the way. Oh man. Alright. And now truly the last pass. And look at that, we haven't blown any tires or punctured. Which is, in on itself, is a pretty decent success. So maybe this field is not as cursed as I thought it was. Alright, yeah, these allergies, man, they are whooping my ass. My voice is creaking, my everything. My nose is blocked. It's like all the things that aren't nice. It's survivable, of course it is. I'm not saying that it's devastating in any way, but it's just unpleasant as hell. And I guess nobody's gonna drive here. Yeah, this looks fully grown. So our field of alfalfa should also be fully grown. Which does excite me, because that means that we're gonna be doing the first ever cut of alfalfa field. And we're gonna produce our first batch of alfalfa bales. Okay, PTO off. Let's return back. I'm gonna have to refuel again before I go further out on the fields. And wild boar infestation is truly real in this place. Easy, Charlie. Easy. Talking to it like it's a horse. Well, let's call him he's a horse. I don't want to make it seem like he's just another animal on the farm. He's basically a family member. Alright, drops the seed. Now, as we discussed previously, we're gonna put this in front of the cedar, and look at that, the grapes are gonna need some tending. And if I'm not mistaken, the pigs are gonna be ready for selling fairly soon, maybe in the beginning of May. Might be somewhere around there. Gotta make sure the animals have enough water. It feels like the sheep are running a bit low, which needs to be tended. Alright, so we got enough fuel to do this field, but for the other one I do want to get some more fuel in there, because I don't want to get stuck in the middle of nowhere. And then ask a friendly neighbor to bring a can of gas. So as usual, this shouldn't really take long. It's a very small field and we have a fairly big mower. because this tractor has such a good turning circle, we don't even have to stop for turning around and stuff like that. We can simply roll the steering wheel and call it good. Lovely jubbly. Alrighty, this field is already done. Or just about to be, and yeah, as I said, it really didn't take long, maybe half an hour or something like that. I could potentially give it a bit more juice, a bit more speed, but nah, it's fine. This should make it be the last pass. No, it isn't, because I drive not very center-like. Oop, hello. Getting distracted. All right. Yeah, this is an awesome mower. Okay, so how does it look like? It's 16.4 moisture, and we gotta get it down to 7. Which probably means 2 teddings, unless we leave it on the ground to be dried off naturally. And then we only ted it possibly once. So yeah, if I go that route, I might make sure that I spray the crops with fertilizer, the liquid fertilizer today, and then tomorrow we focus on, and then I ted before the night comes, and then we focus tomorrow on possibly tedding once more, windrowing, baling, and getting everything off the field before any rain comes. Okay, let's fill her up. The fuel cab is directly on top of the engine. How cool is that? Doesn't even need a pump, it just trickles down. And as I said, I'm gonna have to order some fuel fairly soon, because we're about to run out. But yeah, we got plenty of go juice for the things we need to do in the near future. And in the meantime, we're gonna take care that we get some more go juice. Anyway, I'll see you down at the alfalfa field. Oh yeah! The field looks very, very lush. Look at this tall crop. Wow! This really is some ancient grass. Let's have a look at it before we cut it down. And also measure the moisture. Beautiful. Wow. $15.62. So that's just under a percent less than the moisture is on that field we just mowed. I'm gonna raise the speed to, let's say, 12. You don't need to be going slow. Hey, look at this. So my idea is, since this grass is a lot taller than the regular meadow is, I do expect we're gonna get a bit more out of this field than if we'd have regular grass growing. Yeah, this is a long field. And I gotta be careful at the end. I don't want to... Okay. Don't want to cut anything that's not alfalfa and mix it in. So I might leave a tuft here and there, just to make sure that we don't mix these bushes into the feed. Because it might have thorns, and you know, if cows start eating on that, just like they would eat any regular old hay, then they just might get hurt. With goats I'm not so concerned, because goats they can pretty much eat steel and nothing bad's gonna happen. This is just how goats are. Yeah, it might just be that with one cut of this field we're gonna have enough feed for the whole year for our grass or meadow eating animals. Yeah, look at this thick crop on the ground. Right, let's go around. It's probably a better way to do this, but I can't think of one, so it's gonna be the way I do it. Okay. Yeah, there's a bit left. Might not be too bad. Whoops. But it smells divine. I don't know if you ever smelled fresh grass when it's being mowed, but it really does smell amazing. Here's do some sketchy stuff, dude. Come on, I'm missing it again. Like I'm drunk or something. Maybe this will probably not take everything and I have to fix it. No, I didn't have to fix it. Well, sometimes I even surprise myself. Okay, let's get this piece over here, and this looks like one pass down and one pass up, and we're all finished with mowing. It's a beautiful, gorgeous alfalfa. I'm looking forward to seeing happy animal faces munching on this. If you're a grass-eating animal, this must be delicious when it's all dried up and you get it, for example, in the middle of winter. So yeah, this is a fairly big field that might be better used for something else than this alfalfa crop, but on the other hand, we are kind of tight on hay, so it might just be the thing that we actually need. I can't really afford to have anything else in this field. Alright, this is us done. I think there's a bit left just right down at the end. And done. Would you believe me if I told you I stepped next to the brake instead of on the brake? Moisture 15.4. Alright. Nothing drastic, but it will probably still need two TED sessions. 2 TED Talks. Do you know why I'm here today? My purpose here today is to tell you that you need to be drier than you are to turn into hay. Yeah. I might be alone for too long now, because I'm having all these talks inside my head by myself and laughing to my own jokes, as you do. Time to put the mower away, back in its usual resting place. Okay, that's plenty back. Let's see if we can get it down. Okay, and beautiful. Alright, so for our next thing, we gotta get this sprayer onto the tractor, and I think we still have row crop tires on the new Zetor tractor. Let's take it out. Let's bring out a pallet of fertilizer. don't think there's anything left in here. Maybe a liter or so. It's fine, I just had to get a bit more space so I could actually take this one inside and connect to that. Sprayer. Yeah, nah, this ain't gonna work. Okay, try number 2. And I can just pull the sprayer with my hand to orient it towards the tractor, I think. Nope, late. Yeah, much better. Okay, let's let gravity do all the work. Right, as I expected, there was practically nothing in there. Luckily we have another pallet here. So right now we have 3 fields that need to be fertilized. Alright, I didn't even fill up the sprayer. That's a bit concerning. So I don't think we're gonna have enough to actually get all fields sprayed. Yeah. Well, alright. Then I'm gonna focus on both fields that are next to the farm, and if we don't have much left, then we're gonna have to go to the store and get a pallet of fertilizer, the liquid one, and bring it over. Well, you know what? Color me impressed. I did not believe we're gonna have enough liquid fertilizer to do all 3 fields, but I guess we had enough. Who would have thought? Awesome. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, I can go have a good, nice lunch. And in the late afternoon, I'm gonna go ted both fields. So, Keke pakat, yes. Patake pato. Oh man, yeah. In any case, yeah, I'm gonna have lunch. And in the late afternoon, I'm gonna go ted the fields so we have the grass and alfalfa as dry as possibly for the next episode, where I do hope I'm gonna produce a bunch of nice bales. Alrighty, nice lunch and a bit of a break. So now it's time to thread the needle again. It's time to put the sprayer back. We are gonna need it kinda soon when the corn sprouts, but for the moment we ain't gonna need it, and I wanna have it nicely tucked away so it's not in the way of anyone and anything. And I've already emptied it out, so we can use the skid steer to put both things back in the shed. Alrighty then. There's not much left in here, so I'll definitely have to go and purchase a new liquid fertilizer IBC. And we're probably gonna take one of the cars, take the wool, sell it, and go pick up this pallet. And if I remember, that's a big if, I'll also get a big bag handler for the skid steer. Technically it's also for front loaders since it has the same attacher, but yeah, I really do have to take care of this. I'm unhappy with the way things are right now. But yeah, there's not many things that I'm unhappy with, so I would chalk that as a great success. Okay, let's put you back here so you're not in the way of anyone and anything. The skid steer also has to be nicely tucked away. And let's go get the old zitter because steering circle. And this should easily take care of the tedding. As you can see, there are some clouds outside, and it is supposed to be cloudy for the rest of the day. But as long as there is no rain falling, I am quite happy with the situation. So in any case, I'm gonna ted the first field off screen, because you've seen it plenty of times. There's not gonna be anything new, but I'll definitely show you tedding of the alfalfa, because that's gonna be a pretty... that's gonna be a first. Right, so we're almost at the field of alfalfa. I can already start unfolding the tether. And okay, let's go. Anybody know that meme? Alright, so we're digging in. This is even wider than the mower. You can see how wide the spread is, so yeah, we won't have to go over the field as much as we had with the mower. So yeah, pretty perfect. Very nice. I just hope we don't throw too much on the neighbor's field so we can actually collect it afterwards without destroying any neighbor's crop. It should work. But yeah, look at that. One pass up and down and when we're almost through the whole field. So we might have to do yet 3 more passes, if we're lucky only 2. Which is nice. Alright, let's turn around this and again. So if I don't cover every little tiny piece, I still think we're gonna be plenty fine. Yeah, this is good. After this job, I think I'm gonna pay a visit to Mr. Pavel. We haven't seen each other for a long time now, and I kind of want to say hi, see how he feels, how he doing. You know, the usual. Right. Kick it back a notch, and yeah, look at that. Only 4 passes and we're completely over with this field. Beautiful. I would say this field is made to measure. In any case, this is gonna be it for today. Thank you all for watching. See you again next time, and yeah, I wish everything good for you. Take care and goodbye.